Hello and welcome back to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine, and today I'm going to do a reading with the Celtic Tarot. This is a follow-up to my review of the Celtic Tarot, and so I'm going to use a relationship spread that is in the companion book branches of the Celtic Tarot. So if you're a reader, you have people, and perhaps for yourself, you are checking up on the status of your relationships. That is by far the biggest question I get. They want to know love and they want to know career. Don't we all? I mean, aren't those the two biggest things in our life, our love life and our career? How are we going to live and who are we going to live with? Yep, and the Two of Swords, inverted. I put reversals in today's deck, so is that a no or is that a go? We'll keep going. So I'm going to keep rubbing my cards here, giving them a little massage, showing them some love. Make sure they're good and shuffled. I shuffled in the break between recording the flipping of the cards, and now we will read. Okay. Who is this? High Priestess. The High Priestess has jumped out, and if you watched my B Tarot reading earlier this week, it was the Melissae who was the High Priestess who jumped out. Well, she's going to be our theme gal here today. Okay, so I will cut the cards and we will begin. So our first card down is going to be the Querent, King of Wands, inverted. So the Querent, or perhaps a signature card for whoever needs this reading, is somebody who's having a little bit of trouble getting things started. There might be some anger there, and maybe that's why this person's asking a question. They're a little bit upset. All right, so what's the relationship? What's the nature of this relationship? Six of Wands. Six of Wands. So there's a little bit of hero worship going on here. There's a little bit of, this Querent has perhaps put their object of affection on a pedestal. Or, if this is a romantic relationship, if this is a business relationship, we're talking about somebody who might be a little bit angry at a person of superior position in the business. Let's continue. Expectations. What were the expectations when this was new, and how have they been met? So let's look at expectations. Queen of Wands, inverted. Leads me to believe that the expectations really weren't very high. That Queen of Wands inverted means that they think that these feelings weren't going to be returned. All right, well, let's find out about the other person. Card 4, other person. Ace of Cauldrons, inverted. Now, the Ace of Cauldrons in an inverse position can have a few different meanings. We can be talking about somebody who's all out of love, who's a little bit burned out, who's got nothing left as a person. We can talk about emotions that are stalled or stunted. We can talk about blessings that were never given. On the inverse, it could mean that it was maybe, not meeting an expectation of a blessing, or wasn't quite the emotional response somebody was looking for. But the other person is somebody who's not giving into this relationship. All right, card 5, other person's expectations. Queen of Cauldrons. Queen of Cauldrons, that's interesting. She's straight up there. So the Queen of Cauldrons is somebody who's very nurturing to emotions. And so this other person isn't looking for something on the angry side. They're looking for somebody nurturing. All right, what are your fears in this? 8 of Shields. 8 of Shields. What are you afraid of? Afraid of doing the work? Because the 8s are active. The 8s are doing things. And the 8 of Shields is your earth suit. And so there's a need to buckle down and do some work. And the Querent here, this is the Querent Spears, They're afraid of what they're going to have to do. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm laughing at later. Okay, their fears. The other person's fears. Nine of Shields. Nine of Shields is actually a pretty darn good card. That's your Nine of Pentacles, your Nine of Shields. Your success is discipline. Your success from discipline. This is, you've put in the work and things are growing. Their fears with the Nine of Pentacles. Maybe they're fearing what that work is, or maybe they're fearing being walled in or contained in this one box, this one area, this one garden. Yep, this card also has very, very tiny in here, the little pygmy boar, which was the stubbornness in this deck. All right. What are the outside influences? What's influencing this relationship? We've got Two of Shields inverted. A lack of balance. So things outside this relationship are not balanced. Typically your Two of Shields, your Two of Pentacles, that's going to be, you know, your work-life balance. It's going to be how you feel and what people see, what your expectation management. It's anything that has to be balanced. In the inverse, we're thinking about things just falling apart. Like you throw the things up to be juggled and they go everywhere and you're not catching anything. So that's the influence here. Alrighty, our final card, the outcome, rebirth. This is the position of judgment in this deck. So this is, rather than being judgment, which could be sort of answering the call, this is rebirth. You're coming back to something in a fresh new perspective. And whatever this relationship is, that's what you need to do, because this is not a relationship. This is not working. Whatever you've done, and you can be angry about it if you like, that's your choice, but you've put this person on a pedestal and they don't have a whole lot of love to give to this. They're not there. They're looking for something different. They're looking for some Queen of Cups love. And if all you've got to offer is an inverted King of Wands, this isn't going to work. This is not working. You know, we go back to your expectations and what their expectations are and what they are. These things do not align. So when you look, and I'll have to do this in a separate video, when you look at Wands and Cups don't get along. They call that ill-dignified, and that's a whole separate topic, but Wands and Cups do not work well together in a tarot elemental sense. Your swords don't work with pentacles, your wands don't work with cups. That's just how tarot lays out. And there are far deeper explanations on that, but that's what I'm going to relate right now. So we've got this, you've got all of this wand business going on, and they've got cup business. This is not working, and it's not going to work. What you got to drop it, move on. That's what I got for you. It's just not a fit. Somebody's afraid of both. Everybody's afraid of doing the work. If these are fears, you're afraid of doing the work. You're afraid of buckling down. They're afraid of buckling or binding themselves to this, and you're afraid of working on it. Quit while you're ahead. Let go and move on. And that's what I'm getting from this Celtic Tarot. I've never really gotten a relationship reading like this. I mean, I do a lot of relationship readings. And whoever's watching this, yeah, if this is your reading, you know who it's about. You know, got the High Priestess here. Yeah, cut your losses. Cut your losses. You have my sympathy. Yeah, wands and cups just don't mix. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.